This is where we hold them. This is where we fight.
Welcome to the Stop Listen Podcast. I'm your host, Jamie. So I hope you all had a great holiday. Thanksgiving was yesterday. I did not take the day off today. It was just a normal day. It wasn't easy. Thought it might be easy. When I got there, it was not the case. So it's weird. Like, it's all generally still Trump based in a lot of ways, but like just the news is starting to happen, like, because they got to cover something, and for years now it's been pretty much all Trump nonstop all the time, like since COVID basically. And then we had a little bit of break, like for about a year almost. I mean, that first year the Biden administration, and then it just felt relentless. So that's kind of cool. Start focusing, which, like, I mean, in the last few years in the culture war, I mean, with Matt Walsh and what he's done, bringing attention to the trans movement, and the truth about it, we've made progress. You just gotta, speak plainly, and American people are good people. They just need to be informed. So, Julian Castro, he's a pair of brothers. Julian, and I don't know the other one's name, I forget. I was really concerned about them, like, years ago. Like, Glenn Beck would talk about them, because, like, one of them was in the Obama administration, and they're like, their mom was a commie, apparently. And nothing much really materialized with them, funnily enough. I mean, the party just didn't embrace them. But you know what? That could always change. They need some fresh blood. But he said, everyone at the dinner table today, especially MAGA, please give thanks to the undocumented immigrants that picked and packed the food you're enjoying. They deserve our grace. Happy Thanksgiving. Why are these people defending slave labor? If I don't know where we get our bananas from. I eat like a banana every day. It really helps with my system. I don't think we get them from Mexico, but say we did. I had bananas cost to 25% more because of tariffs that Trump put on to stop the invasion of fighting aged males in our country, and the human trafficking, and the lethal drugs coming over. If I've got to pay 25% more for bananas, that's okay. If I want to enjoy a cucumber and it costs me twice as much because the person who was picking it was not paid slave wages, which I hate that term, slave wages, because slaves didn't have wages, and it's an assault to the people who have been slaves or are slaves right now around the world. But that's a nice thought. I have not watched this, okay? We're going to watch it together. Just in, liberal woman melts down after her phone was allegedly stolen by a group of homeless men. Let's hear what she has to say.
Basically, I am not, if you stole it from rich scum, by all means keep it and sell it, but I'm like a really, yeah. So, and I want to say, if you guys come up with my iPhone, I will give you more than, like, I'm an honest person. Basically, if you stole it from rich scum.
So she's okay if the rich are targeted. That's a slippery slope. Well, that's a slippery slope. I seen this post from ABC News. 28-year-old prison inmate has been killed in his own cell by another prisoner who was serving time in the same facility, police said. And I opened. I was like, well, that's a odd thing to just report. I mean, I fairly certain that is not a uncommon thing. And what's of note of this story? And there was nothing. It was just like, yeah, it happened. Like they didn't have anything to report on. 28-year-old inmate was killed in a cell. Robert Warren. It's just I, very odd, don't you think? This is great. So okay, I guess we gotta watch this. I haven't seen this either.
For Shakira Fatamide, her phone is her only source of light when one of Nigeria's regular power outages hit.
When there's blackouts, I get to use my phone light, so I make sure my phone is fully charging in the office.
Nigeria is a country beset by crises around the economy, the cost of living, and power, and that means solutions are in short supply. Although Nigeria has the infrastructure to generate about 13,000 megawatts of power, its creaking grid can only distribute a third of it. That means businesses and households are forced to run costly fuel generators. Abba Abubakar Aliyu heads the Rural Electrification Agency, which is responsible for expanding energy access to underserved communities. But a sharp devaluation in the Naira is taking its toll.
Most of the equipment that we use in deploying these mini grids are imported, and that importation is dollar denominated importation. So quite right, it affects the costs of our project.
To mitigate rising costs, the agency enters agreements to domesticate solar panel manufacturing. However, Nigeria is in the grip of its worst cost of living crisis in a generation. Inflation has been driven up, shrinking incomes in addition to weakening the currency. At Oksano,
So like the UN, NATO, shit like that, they're pushing climate change bullshit. They're pushing solar panels, and they just need their infrastructure. They need some help on their infrastructure. If you're going to interfere, why not interfere in a positive manner? Global governance is not the solution. I feel sorry for the people in Nigeria and people who don't have a fighting chance. And they're making it more and more. They want that to be here. They want that to be here. Apparently, AOC is considering a run for president in 2028. And that's scary because she's not a bad looking woman. She's passionate, but I don't know how many people are going to switch over from voting for Trump, vote for her, and that's what would have to happen. I mean, if she went full Bernie, like that's the Democrats. I don't know what the Democrats are going to do because Trump has liberalized the Republican Party, so they could go conservative, which of course they're not going to go do, or go full Bernie. Like that's their choices. Should be interesting. So this here, Dan Crenshaw rose to fame when he ran for Congress and was made fun of for his eye patch by Pete Davidson on Saturday Night Live. And then he eventually went on Saturday Night Live with Pete Davidson. And so he kind of got like famous and, because it was a war injury. And then as things were turning south for Trump, he was turning on Trump. Not that he was a great ally, but he was pro-Trump. And then he's a war hawk, is what it looks like. And for a young fella, he is incredible at the stock market. Like he rivals. I mean, Pelosi has been doing it for so long, but he apparently is phenomenal at it.
Congress members trading stocks?
Yeah, I mean, this is like number 1,000 on my priority list of things to care about. This is one of those stupid things that I've been dragged through the mud on. You know how much fun I've ever had in the stock market? About $20,000, and yet I've been dragged through the mud on this as if like there's some insider trading. I just sent a letter to Fox News, a threatening letter from my lawyers, threatening them with defamation because because Jesse Waters had basically insinuated that I was insider trading. Of course, it's not true. You'd be more surprised how much little information we have. This is one of those bills that, like, of course, yeah, people support it. Yeah, sure, okay. Who cares? Because I don't have I barely have anything in the market anyway. There are a couple cases like wherein Nancy Pelosi has some very suspicious timing of her trades. Yeah, that has happened. But nobody else can point any other examples out. So sure, yeah, why not? Don't let us trade stocks. How about we'll just keep whipping ourselves. How about we don't make any money either? How about just cut our paychecks? We haven't gotten a pay raise since 2008, even a COLA increase. So. Yeah, this is a great idea. Let's make Congress a place where only the millionaires can actually afford to do the job. This is a wonderful idea. Let's just keep doing it.
Wow.
Because and then it's always some member, right, who senses the populist energy and then mirrors it, believing that this is what's going to help me connect with the people. Because what do the people want? Well, they want an easy button. All my problems will be solved if there's no stock trading. All my problems will be solved if there's term limits. Yeah, but if you think about any of these things for 5 whole minutes, you might quickly come to a different conclusion. Now, what I vote for? Yeah, sure. Who cares? Who cares? Like, it doesn't matter to me because I don't have any money to put in the stock market.
Okay, so he used some profanity several times in that I'm gonna have to. I don't know how to bleep. All I can do is just lower the volume when he says it. I could just put a sound effect over it. I could do that. I'll try to do that. So that's wild. That needs to go super viral. It's got 4.2 million views. That's insane. Holy crap. Wow. Well, see, when Matt Gaetz went around, apparently it wasn't Gaetz, then I heard it was actually fans, but went around to the Senate and to find out who would vote for Gaetz as AG, and apparently they had to, there's several things that some people would, but he had a promise that he wouldn't investigate, like Liz Cheney, the FBI itself, or something. There was one other one, and it's okay, well, thanks for the the arrows. Thanks for telling me where I should look first. And that's another one right there. We need a special counsel investigating Act Blue, where all this money is funneled through to the Democrats, because there could be nothing to it. Most likely, seemingly is, but people living on a fixed income that would give a Democrat that would donate $30. Records show that they would give $1,000 a week every day, for a week, or stories like that it's attaching. So something is funny. We need something with that investigated. We need congressional stock trading investigated. Send the SEC after them. Isn't that what the SEC isn't that what the SEC should be doing? Just a screenshot here. But ABC News, Biden administration urging Ukraine to lower draft age to 18 from 25 to meet manpower needs to fight Russia. Okay. Just pause because I did not want to say that without verification. Okay, there's the actual article. So Biden is urging Ukraine to basically commit as a nation, just get rid of all the young men. And then you're just gonna have some women left in your country and elderly men, few children. That's what Ukraine is going to be. They're trying to destroy Ukraine. They're not trying to save it. Tell a friend. And lastly, Owen Schroyer of InfoWars. I don't know if he's still with InfoWars. I've seen him on.
And all the boys. And all the boys who dress as girls must still use the boys' room. Understood?
That's great. So there's this YouTube channel I like, Real Life Lore, and it's like geography and like history and stuff. Like last week I watched this really good videos about like just why Africa is the way it is. Like if you look at the rest of the world, like Africa, why by and large is Africa still in the shape it's in? Well, a lot of it actually is geography. It's very interesting. There are other things that affect, but really like the channel. And then he made a video about what the world might look like under Trump, and basically, this guy just puts it. It seems like he likes war, because like he was pointing out all the negative that would happen if we stop funding the Ukrainian war and participating in that. Oh my God, NATO, my countries might actually start having to pay their fair share into NATO. Like, very odd. He didn't go so as far as to the point where I'm going to stop watching him, but I did make a comment. All right, folks. That's all I got. Rapid fire, I guess. I don't know. I was trying to find like a theme. I didn't really find one. But I feel that Dan Crenshaw, that piece of shit, is like the, he's going to be, he's the asshole of the show, I guess. He'll be on the thumbnail. All right, folks. I'll have a great weekend. I'll see you next time.
That was a pretty successful broadcast.
This is where we hold them! This is where we fight!